Do you have these really big dreams and big goals that you're working towards, but sometimes you feel like they're unattainable because there's just so much that goes into it and you're not sure if you're going to be able to get yourself to that level? Well, I'm talking about an Akashic alignment session that I just did with a client in case it helps you on your journey as well. So when you have had a lot of trauma in childhood and just in life in general, like maybe you've had narcissistic abusive relationships, whether they're with romantic partners or with bosses or different friends in your life, or, you know, just a whole assortment of things that light workers and empaths go through. Sometimes it makes you super scared to imagine and envision better things for you in your life because there's safety and security within fear and anxiety and chaos, and people and places and spaces making you feel unworthy and cutting at your self-concept, even though consciously we don't want that. We know that's not good for us, but if that's all you've seen in your life, then that is evidence-based, tangible things that you can hold on to that do feel safe and secure. In this case, my client was looking for a new job, but she was scared to even let herself imagine a better reality because that's the unknown. And she also didn't think that she was capable of even achieving them. And I said, okay, I want you to think of if we had a list and we had 50 things that you want in a new job, like how you interact with your management and your coworkers and what you're doing in the job, like best case scenario, and only 5 of the 50 things came true. Would you see that as a success or would you see that as a failure? And she was saying that she would see it more as like a failure in herself, that she wasn't able to meet these goals. And I said, you have to think about all of the traumatic things that you have been through in life, all of the programming, all of everybody telling you like what is available to you in your reality based on what is available to them in their reality. But that has nothing to do with you as a soul. Those are all filter lenses that have been placed over you. So while you're working on these goals, you're also at the same time having to heal and shed all of these things. 10% progress is better than 0. And I was saying that you are the higher self to your inner children and your past versions of you that are younger than you. And if you don't believe that you are capable of headed towards these big dreams and goals, how are you going to get them on board? The example, because she was looking for a new job and she's had some managers that were not great. And I said, I want you to envision that there is a company and they're all working towards a similar mission. The management team, however, is not on board. They don't believe in this mission. How do you think that is going to trickle down to the employees? I said, that's you in this case. You're the manager of your reality and your life, and your inner children and your younger versions are the employees, if you will. You have to fully believe in where you're headed to also get them on board and to help them heal and shed those old past narratives and stories and those tangible experiences that they've had. A reality is just as available and possible, a positive one, as a negative one. It depends on what filter lens that you're looking through. For example, let's say that you're looking for a new job and you're going online and you see 100 jobs that you can apply for. 50 of them are negative. They are going to regurgitate the type of jobs that you've had in the past, the same experience, okay? Then there are 50 that are amazing, love, the dream, okay, where you are respected, great communication, great management, all these things that you really want. If you are going in to look for jobs based on your past narratives and your past experiences because there's safety and comfort in that, and because you can't envision and imagine a better life for yourself, you are subconsciously going to pick the jobs that are in resonance with negative timelines because that's all you've ever known. Now, if you reframe and reset your energy beforehand and say, these are all the things that I have to bring to the table. These are all the things that I would really love and prefer. Let me imagine the best case scenario, even if they don't all fully come into realization, okay? I'm going to hype myself up beforehand. You are automatically going to pick the jobs out of those 50 that are great. You're going to want to pick those. Even if you're not going on to interviews with all 100 jobs, you are creating a space where you don't even have to experience all of those 50 negative ones. They're not even in your peripheral. An exercise that she and I did together is I said, okay, I want to talk about all of the characteristics that you want in management and your coworkers and the actual things that you're going to be doing in your job. And I want you to tell me the worst case scenario. I want you to tell me just all the things that you do not like, okay, about jobs that you've had in the past, because you're allowing your inner children and your past versions to energetically kind of throw that up and get it out so they feel seen and heard and validated, and so that you can bring those fears and the anxiety to the forefront. That's great. Now we can start on a fresh slate. Okay? So we went through each one of those negative things and put the opposite. And put, this is the best case scenario that could happen. And I said, okay, now ask them how that feels. And they felt great. They were like, ooh, this sounds amazing. I would really love this. And I said, okay, I want you to ask them if that they believe this is a reality that is true for them, that can happen. And they were like, yeah, I think that could happen for me. And I said, okay, now I want you to tell me if you think that reality is true for you and capable for you. And she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, this is a problem. If you are not on board and allowing yourself to envision a new life for them, how are you going to get them on board? You have to step up as the leader of your life with your inner children and these past versions and say, I realize that we have lived in a lot of scary situations that made us feel not worthy or deserving, or we had to think of worst case scenario to keep ourselves safe. I totally get that, and I'm holding space and grace for you in that instance, but I believe in us. I believe that I can get us to the life of our dreams. It's okay if you don't believe. It's totally fine. I got us. You can have all the fears and doubts and worries. It's okay. I will get us there incrementally. Even if only 5 of these 50 characteristics in our new job come true, 10% is better than no percent. And I will incrementally get us there every single day. I don't care how long it takes. I will get us there. I am making that promise to you. I will be the leader. I will be the captain of this ship. Even on the days that you don't believe, that's what I'm here for. And we will continue on this process until we bring it into fruition. I said, that is a place that you have to get in, okay? Within yourself, of saying, these goals will become my reality. Doesn't matter what the minute intricacies are, okay? But you have to be able to imagine a reality for yourself to even be able to get yourself there. And I know that sometimes it's really scary to imagine because maybe you weren't allowed to do that. Maybe you've, like I said, been in those narcissistic, abusive relationships. You know, there's like a whole assortment of things that happen to us. Other people's constrictions are put on us, and we make us think that that has to be our reality. It doesn't. You get to choose what reality that you want to live in and how big you are able to go. Why not dream as big as possible? Because you might actually hit it. Okay? And I was saying that all of these world-renowned leaders, the way that they got there was believing that they could. Okay? Allowing themselves to envision this grandiose life and then taking it day by day. And on the hard days, the difficult days where the self-limiting beliefs and the fear and the anxiety, it keeps coming up because, you know, that comes up for everybody. Their dreams are more important than letting the fear and the anxiety take hold of them. Okay? And so that's the person that you have to be for your inner children and your past versions, and say, it doesn't matter if you believe or not. This is what we're doing, and I'm going to get us there. Sometimes it helps to have an outside perspective coming in to hype you up and helping you do these reframes and going through these tangible exercises together. So if you feel like this is you, especially headed into 2024, and you're like, okay, I really need to empower myself so that I can be that leader for my inner children and my past versions, that's something that I can help you with through an Akashic alignment session. You can go to my profile and click, or check the descriptions or the comments below. And I believe in you. I believe that you are the leader for your inner children, your past versions, to get them into this beautiful reality and these goals that you know you are capable of achieving.